Hi, Gurmeet. My name is Ash Singh. I'm an investor. Tell me what you're working on.
Hi, Ash. Hi, I'm Gurmeet. I'm the founder for FoodSwap. So, it's a question: why waste, or can't we just FoodSwap? So, FoodSwap is actually a platform designed to develop the way we eat, the way we
Okay.
interact with our communities, and the way we should care for the environment. FoodSwap is here for everyday person who wants to enjoy home cooked nutrition meals or fresh producers, but also appreciate their own time and cares about the reduction of food wastage. It is
Okay.
for Sally, the working mom of two, Josh, the international student from Sweden, um, and Mila, who's a busy professional. They're all different, but
Yeah.
they all have one thing in common: love for good home cooked food, food wastage, and
Hmm.
also share giving away their meals or producers by reducing food wastage indirectly.
Understood. Thank you. Gurmeet, how can I help you?
Um, so literally, FoodSwap is here to look at three factors.
Okay.
We build on the three branding values. First
Hmm.
thing first, where we looked at is actually we look at how can we start building the platform based on food reduction,
Okay.
wastage of food.
Hmm.
Secondly, we want to basically have the food swappers communicating with each other of the community neighborhood. And
Okay.
third is that we want the people to appreciate the time that they have, not spend time in the kitchen.
Sure. Sure. How can I help you, Gurmeet? Tell me how I can help you. What are you looking for?
So literally what we're looking at, we want to basically expand food swap to reach out to more households. So when we did our studies and assessment, we looked at the current households that we have in Australia and also in Victoria. It's around 2.5 million households.
Yeah.
And we basically tap into that market and basically expand food swap so that people start appreciating the way how they can leverage on the platform by reducing the food wastage and
Understood.
also enjoying.
Understood. Understood. Thanks, Gurmeet. So let's give some feedback to Gurmeet. Gurmeet, thank you for pitching. Very interesting concept. Let's get the chat firing, guys. Let's help any feedback. We have a global audience today. If you have any feedback on Gurmeet, feel free to provide that. So Gurmeet, what I'll do is, if I may now, I'll give you a little bit of feedback from my view as an investor. Okay, and this is something that we normally don't get. Typically, an investor will just say, "Hey, keep me posted when you have some more traction or something like that." I think it's important for us to just dig a little bit deeper and know what an investor is thinking, because that always helps. So with the FoodSwap platform, okay, these are the questions that I had going through my mind, right? I felt like I wanted to know, why, first of all, exactly what it is. I wanted to know the process, right? Like a homeowner or a caregiver at home, right? Somebody that is making food, they can easily go on your platform and post meals that they're making this week and allow that interaction to happen. I kind of wanted to know how the process worked. Okay, so that was number one. Number two is I kind of wanted to know why this hasn't worked already, right? Because FoodSwap, like the concept seems like there's challenges that people have gone through, which, whether it's safety, whether it's regulation, there's reasons why this model hasn't completely taken off. And I kind of wanted to know how the world has evolved in 2022 to make sure that the food, if you think about food exchange, how is it simple? How is it easy? How is it safe? And then I also kind of wanted to know, how cheap it is, right? Because you brought up, for instance, the international student working in, going to school in Melbourne, Australia, right? At the Melbourne Business School. how much are they paying, right? How much cheaper is it, right? So from a customer perspective, I'm thinking about how much cheaper, how much more nutritious than the average food they're eating. Okay. Because I remember what I used to eat when I was in university, and it definitely wasn't healthy. And so I kind of wanted these things to come out, Gurmeet, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about this, please? Let's give me some insights on this.
Sure. Literally, if I have to tackle your your last question, how cheaper it is.
Yeah.
At the moment, FoodSwap is actually open for everyone. There is no cost for anyone to use the platform. It's open for people. And how simple it is to
Oh,
use. It is all about you creating an account, being a food swapper, take a picture
oh,
of the home cooked meal or the produce that you want to share or give
oh,
away,
okay.
posted it, and then literally you wait for someone to exchange your meal or take your request for your giveaway, and
Got it.
then you interact via inbuilt chat, and that's how you have that sort of I guess swapping or giving away transaction happen. So it's like a 5-step process for the whole entire transactions to take place.
Got it. And so Gurmeet, if it's free, because that's interesting, right? Because I don't know if you use the word free, because suddenly my eyes lit up. Wow, free food. Okay. So I'm putting myself back. All the university people here would probably, it's a free platform. How does FoodSwap eventually make money then? Do you charge a premium to, for instance, businesses that want to use your platform? You know what I mean? Is it free for consumers? And then if you have, like the local McDonald's or the, donut shop or business, if they want to do food swap, they would actually have to pay.
Uh, so the way we were looking at in accommodating this whole entire thing, where converting the non-paying consumers to paying consumers,
Yeah.
is through building the delivery service, the in-bid delivery service. So whereby if someone wants to swap the food and they, especially during the COVID, where we saw that there's less
Okay.
interaction with
Okay.
consumers to consumers, so they can
Got
use the
it.
delivery service. We
Okay.
also want to provide a platform, a platform where they can have something like a market space where they can advertise their food for sale. So that's where another generating income revenue
Sure.
that's coming
Sure.
for
Sure.
FoodSwap.
Got it.
And also we are trying to basically build in the AI integration with online shoppings and food blogs. So for example, if someone posts a meal and I looked at a meal, let's say Ash, you in Singapore, say if you're in Melbourne, somewhere around near
Sure.
Doncaster, and I'm
Yeah.
in somewhere around in Point Cook, and when you post a meal, and when
Yeah.
I look at your meal and I can get the AI integration to work to say, all right, so these are the ingredients, this is the recipe, and I can then basically have that
Sure.
online and shopping done through that. So this is the
Understood.
ways and mechanism that we can basically start generating revenue.
Interesting, interesting. And my last question, Gurmeet, is tell me about food safety on this, right? Because that was on my mind too. How does FoodSwap ensure that, okay, people are posting all this stuff? Is there some sort of recommendation engine or something that can ensure foods? Because obviously we think about food safety as well, right? So tell me about that. Go ahead.
Sure. FoodSwap has always kept food safety as the top of the most priority. So what we have done is whenever a food swapper posts a meal, we provide a food safety and regulation checklist that they have to basically tick on to make sure that they adhere to.
Mm.
We also have a built-in a mechanism where it does auto removal of the post meals after 24 hours. So for example, if today you have someone posting a meal for pasta, it will just
Okay,
remain
got it.
for 24 hours and then it'll
Okay.
get automatically removed.
Okay.
We have also have the function, I guess, area where we provide the details of food swapper and their previously posted meals along with the likes that they have. So
Yeah.
that
Understood.
that you said. And
I mean,
also,
yeah.
we are planning to integrate with smart with tubs, which will detect
Okay.
if the food is fresh or stale.
Good, good, good. Because that's important. My last question to you is how much food wastage is happening currently in Australia?
We're looking at every year the landfills are increasing by 2.7 meters, and
Okay.
37% of that is actually food wastage.
All right. So tell me about like the average household, because I think more in terms of average household. If I'm an average household in Australia, and you can make an estimate, I don't know if you have this exact data, but how much food is wastage in Australia? You know?
On average, every household, if I were to take an example of my household,
Sure. Why not?
yeah, if I take my example as my household, on average, in a week, there's always, let's say, two tubs that goes into the bin,
Okay.
two takeaway tubs that goes into the bin.
Got it. Got it.
So if
Got
I
it.
were to take an average of 2.5 million households in Victoria itself, so
Yeah.
if I were to take the 50% of the households, which is around 1.25 million, so you'd be looking at, at two tubs or one tub, you'd probably be looking at somewhere around 25% of food wastage that goes into
Understood.
the.
Got it. Gurmeet, would you like me to pitch your idea back to you?
Yes, please.
Huh? Okay, I'm going to pitch your idea back to you. Now you get to be, so you can be an investor. You need capital, right, Gurmeet? That's another thing. I wanted a strong ask. I felt like that was, so you're looking for capital for your expansion. Is that correct, Gurmeet?
Yes.
How much do you need?
I haven't put into dollar value yet. It's just
Okay. Do you think that $500,000 would be something that would be required for your market access? Typically, that's based on what you're telling me and where you're at. Is that a round number?
Somewhere around 400 to 500,000. Yes.
Yeah. So what I want you to do, because these are important, right? Getting a strong ask is always important as well, Gurmeet. So what we're going to do is you can introduce yourself, and I will pitch your idea to you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Gurmeet, the founder and CEO for the FoodSwap.
All right. Well, Gurmeet, that's very interesting. My company is also called FoodSwap. I am building this company. I know that you're also an investor. I want to talk to you a little bit about what we're creating today. We have created a next generation food platform that addresses a very important problem that you're probably familiar with, and that is food wastage. Every single day, every single week, there's tons and tons of food wastage all across Australia. And we asked ourselves if this is something that we could help solve, and what we've done is the FoodSwap platform is a safe, time-based platform to allow anyone to take any extra food that they've cooked and put it on our platform to allow anyone else to get free meals. Okay. All they have to do is log in and pick up the food. And we think that this is going to be that next generation platform that's going to have a lot of positive effects in terms of food wastage, homelessness, poverty across all of Australia. We also think it's going to be a very powerful business. We think that there's going to be a great opportunity for us to build this platform, get everyone using the platform, and then be able to charge fees for things like delivery or for businesses that want to use the platform. We've created our system and we are ready to now expand across Melbourne. We're looking for around $500,000 to make this a reality. Would love to catch up over a coffee to see how you can be a part of our journey to eradicate food wastage in Australia. Thank you.
Wow.
How was that, Gurmeet?
That was bang on.
Well, okay. Now, in terms of the pitch itself, right? I want you to know that this is what I felt you were trying to say, Gurmeet. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. I took the time to listen to what you are, what you're doing. And, in whatever 60 seconds, I tried because the world needs to know what you're trying to do, Gurmeet. Does that make sense? Right?
It does.
And so what we're trying to do, the high level, the social impact, all of the other components, and you come with a strong ask at the end. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Thanks, Ash.
So my pitch is not amazing, Gurmeet. You're amazing, and your startup is amazing. Okay. We got to get these components together. Take any sound bites that we've had, form my pitch, right? And we wish you all the best with FoodSwap.